Today's guest is not only one of the sharpest cultivators in Europe, he's leading a movement. Ben Green of Grow Motion is here. And this man isn't just growing plants, he's growing an empire. With a sharp mind and relentless drive, and now a partnership with Advanced Nutrients, Ben's taking European cultivation to a whole new level.
Mike, thank you very much to have me here. So, we will have a nice chat today, I think.
Yes, we're going to have a great chat.
Discuss
Okay.
where we start. So,
All
I
right.
think we should speak a little bit about my past.
Listen, yeah, what happened in the past? How did you get started in cannabis? People love to hear those stories. So how did it all start? Where did it all start?
So, we start at the beginning. I grew up in Portugal. My father and my mother, they are Germans, so they moved to Portugal. Mm-hmm. And my father was he was always a free spirit guy. He was trafficking hashish from Morocco with his bus. He drives to Morocco and brings the stuff to Portugal, sell it. And this is how he built a little bit, our starting point. We was living 2 years on a boat in Portugal, in the south of Portugal. And after that, 2 years later, we moved to close to Lisbon, is the capital of Portugal, and then we start to construct a house there. And I was always connected to marijuana. So my father was growing outdoor plants, big plants, and Portugal was at that time, it was not really known for cannabis like today. And we was doing our own stuff there. And I was a small kid, and I was seeing what my father was doing, and I really liked this plant from day one. The smell, how she looks, and this is how I get to this cannabis game.
So you came with a family background that was open to cannabis, so that's good. But then when did you decide to get your first grow? Where was it? How old were you?
Look, I come to Germany with 15 years old. I was 15 years old when I come to Germany, and I was a little bit lost, to be honest, at that time because my father and mother separate. So I was living more on the street than with my father at house. So I started to search for some opportunities, and because I have good connection to this plant, I started my first grow with 18 years when I was 18. Now I'm 40, so it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I started in a small apartment with a tent, like most of the people start, with bubble gum. Bubble gum was my first genetic.
I love bubble gum. You want to know something? Let me tell you a quick story. So I was one of the first people to get bubble gum. I bought it at the Gray Zone in Amsterdam. I went right after, or was it before the cup or after the cup I used to go? And I walked in there and I say, what's the most special seeds you have? He goes, well, there's this one, and this is before bubble gum won the cup. He goes, this thing is probably going to be the winner next year. Unfortunately, I got to charge you $100 a seed. And I got to know, this is like 20-some years ago, probably 30 years ago, right? It was a lot of money. And I said, get 10 seeds. And I had bubble gum. I brought it back to the United States. And as they say, the rest is history. So I love bubble gum. Made a lot of money off of bubble gum.
Yeah, bubble gum is, I like really the smell of bubble gum. And after that, of course, I scale up a little bit, so I start to do some bigger grows.
Sure.
One of my biggest grows was an old warehouse where I started with aeroponic. So it's funny because I started with the most difficult systems with aeroponic.
That is very difficult. So did you find it challenging? Did you ever get close to losing crops? I'm curious. I grew with aeroponics
it was
as well.
funny because my father started also to do a side grow, and I saw him doing that, and I asked him, hey, can I learn from you? I want to learn to work aeroponic, and then we built our own systems. It was at that time there was not so much people having systems like that on the market. I think the first ones, what came a little bit later, was Grow Tool in Germany. So we started to build our own system, and this was the first time when I started also to use the first LED lights. So I know there was Mars, some Chinese shit that promise you a lot of wattage, and then in the end comes nothing out of
There,
So this
there it was
was
a little rough when LEDs started. You know, at first they were only good for veg, and eventually they figured it out for flowering as well. So the rest is history.
yeah, and especially I start to work with LED very late. I do my trials with Mars, and then I keep going with HPS. So with and this time was Dimlux 1000 watt HPS, and I have very great results. So I was growing at that time Uji Kush. It was amazing. Also, one of my favorite strains. Also, and meanwhile, I was understanding that there's some problems when you work with aeroponic, because if the pump crashes or whatever, the crop will die. So I keep going more in direction cocoa. So I started also to work in cocoa. And yeah, that was amazing, because then I start to understand that cocoa is also a little bit, yeah, hydroponic system, but with much more benefits and less risk than the soil. So this is why I always try to work with hydroponic, because you can work a little bit faster. Also, um, yeah, the growing time is less, more yield, and this is why it comes more to that part that I scale up more and more. Then there was a difficult time in my career that I have some problems with. I cannot talk about everything, but with some special groups. And then I moved to Spain. I escaped from Germany. I go to Spain to do my things there with yeah, with my people. So and then I start to work there very big. I had three big villas, one big outdoor, and yeah, how it is in this industry. I get caught 2020. One idiot was sending stuff with packages, and yeah, and then I was arrested for almost 1 year. And then comes Corona. It was a difficult time, and one of my old friends, Hajir, who is also the CEO of Grow Motion, called me after jail and said, "Hey, it's time to change. You should come to Switzerland. I have a nice project. I want you there." And I was thinking, okay, should be a good idea to move from the black market to the legal market. And this is how I started my journey with Grow Motion.
That's an exciting. That's quite the tale. A lot of us have some crazy, crazy stories, and I know your story, and there was a lot of craziness there, but we won't talk about that. Uh, Listen, what do you think the biggest difference between how they grow in the U.S. and the EU, and what can cultivators, what do they have to understand, Americans going into the European market? Because Americans and Europeans are different in how we look at things.
Yeah, it's very nice the question, because when it comes to this revolution in Germany, and they start to legalize cannabis, I saw that there was a big lock of knowledge. So I start to see a little bit more to the U.S. people, how they work, and then I saw them working with crop steering, working with good brands, with, good facilities, with good fertilizer, and I start to search a little bit what kind of fertilizer they are using, what type of sensors they are using, and then I had the idea to translate this knowledge to the German market, because there was a lot of knowledge. There was some old school growers like me. Also, I was also basically normal grower, not doing crop steering, doing nothing, just basic skills. Start to, of course, to do some training, LST and whatever. And then I saw, okay, they have a lot of informations, a lot of knowledge there. We need to bring this knowledge to Europe, and this is how I start my journey with education. And what I really like is that now Germany changed a lot since 2 years. It's crazy how much people start to grow cannabis because of this law that allows now people to grow 3 plants at home. And yeah, I step into something what I was not thinking to do, like be like a guy who teach people. But now it's the situation like that. I build a very big community here in Germany, and I really like to work with these guys, because they are very people with passion who really want to go to the next level. And this is why when it comes to the part, um, our collaboration with Advanced Nutrients is very important, because we need to translate this knowledge to these people and also explain them how to get to these amazing results, like this Cali genetics grown with fertilizer, like Advanced Nutrients, with big dense nuggets. And yeah, this is what I always explain: do crop steering, use good fertilizer, dial in with your climate, with VPD and whatever, CO2. And this is what I do every day. I try to explain to people how to work with with this type of growing.
So, talk about your facility. You have a facility in Switzerland. So, like, how many square thousand feet is it? How is it set up? Uh, all of that. And are there any plans for you to expand into the EU market or the European market with other facilities?
Yeah, basically, our facility is in Switzerland, so it's not in Germany; it's in Switzerland. It's one of the most, it's a state of the art facility. It's amazing how it looks on 3 tiers. Very difficult to work. Um, our main goal is to expand, of course, for the future, and also to do craft quality on industrial scale. And for that, it's very important to dial in with everything, have good SOPs, have good partners also, like like people like you guys that comes give us the knowledge over many years what you achieve over the years with other facilities. And yeah, we are not just just how to say facility who grows cannabis. We are a brand, so our main goal is to connect with the community and to make a movement. The name Grow Motion is like a grow movement. This is how the name came. Grow Motion.
Okay. You had to make a mental shift from becoming a grower to becoming a industry leader. What was that like for you? When did that switch come when you realized I have to be a leader? I want to educate. I see a gap in the marketplace. We need education. We need leadership to have other cultivators understand how to do this and be successful in Europe.
Yeah, it was for me very difficult at the beginning to understand that we need to change our mindset, or I need to change my mindset. I come from the black market where you don't need to look so much at cleanness. You don't need to work so clean. You don't need to, yeah, to teach people. You don't need to, how to say,
There's a lot less laws
to,
and regulation in the black
yeah,
market.
law
Yeah.
regulations, dial in with employers to teach them how to prepare the things. It's difficult, man. Yeah, the biggest how you say, let me see the word that I need to remember. The
Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest challenge coming from the black market to the legal market was that a lot of things get automatically, so you don't watering it manually. So you need to work much more with software. You need to, how to say, to coordinate employers. You need to focus on economic efficiency, like look how much cost the things. You're not stealing the electricity, so you need to pay that. So you need also to learn where you can pay less money, whatever. So it's completely different market. And you need to be very focused, especially when you go on a medical market. It's completely different than recreation market because of the microbiology. You need to be really on point with everything, have clean rooms. You need to be very good in with your SOPs, training the plants right, managing the different strains, looking what kinds of strains are working in your facility. Basically, it's one of the most important things to see what genetic works in your facility. This is why we also do a little bit of pheno hunt. We want to connect the community with grow motion and find together a pheno what dial in with our facility or in our facility.
Okay. So, what did you have to unlearn and relearn when you got into the legal side of the business? Was there anything you needed to unlearn? And then you had to relearn something. It was like, oh, that's not going to work. I got to do this instead, because there is a bit of a, like you said, actually, there's a huge learning curve from going from your basement grow or your closet grow to growing at scale.
Yeah, especially before was a lot of manual work. So now is everything automatically. So I need really to be very carefully with everything what I change. So I need to learn also how to work with software like Priva. Priva is our software. A lot of things change from, how to say, how do I after my coordination, my brain. Yeah, that the question is, we already talked about that, right? Before a little bit.
Well,
When I
yep.
saw
I
that
thought
we
maybe
do a lot of,
there was something that you really had to. There was like maybe one thing that stuck out that you had to unlearn. And I guess from what you're saying is that you have to follow SOPs. There's a lot of rules, and you have to put the SOPs and processes in place, uh, and you strictly adhere to all of those things, because otherwise you're not going to be able to grow a great crop at scale.
so basically the most difficult thing for me, what I need to unlearn was, yeah, to start to work with SOPs. Before I don't have SOPs. I was doing what I want to do that time, and now I need to prepare everything. So I need to learn to work with SOPs and also to coordinate people, because a big grow is very difficult to do by yourself. You need really to coordinate the people. You need to teach them how to do the SOP, to work. Like, this is why we have SOPs, to teach them do it like that SOP to get to this result. And in industrial scale, you need to be very carefully with this, because if you do a mistake, it costs a lot of money. So a facility like us, we have at Grow Motion 2 big rooms with more than 2,500 plants on 3 layers, and you can imagine every fuck up is very, very, very dangerous for us. And this is also why we are very carefully what kind of fertilizer we use, because you can of course pay less money for different fertilizer. Yeah, there's a big amount of fertilizer on the market, but when I'm working, I need some simply things like 2 bags in one tank, another two in another, and it works. If I start to mix some own stuff, it will come to problems, because the worker maybe will put too much, I don't know, from one thing and too much from the other thing, or will mix it not right, and then you get problems with your crop. So this is why it's so important to choose a good partner, a fertilized partner, to work also good with your facility.
What kind of growers do you think are in the EU right now? Like, where are they at, and where do they have to go? I mean, you're basically like the head chief of the grow tribe there. I mean, you guys have an excellent name. You have a lot of firepower. You have a huge following. So,
Look, in the community in Germany, they are very good growers, so they need the opportunity to show them themselves. So um, most of the people who are good are now working already in some facilities. You know, also that now starts the social clubs in Germany. The guys who are good, of course, they are going to the social clubs and start to work there. And my position is a little bit to be a leader, to, yeah, to show the people what can happen if you have passion, if you go in the right direction, and also when you work with the right partners. So I think always you need to have good partners to get success. This is how we work. We have good partners. We choose very carefully our partners. When you see our partners, we don't have so much partners, so really a handful, like 4 partners what we have, what we work close. One of them is now Advanced Nutrients, of course. And yeah, it works like that. You really need to be a leader. You need to do things what never be done before. And also, there's not so big facilities like us or working on this level of quality. So, and my goal is really to teach as much people possible to learn to work like that.
so what is interesting? So, you had to make a shift from grower to leader, especially in your facility. when you were when we were running smaller operations, you had less people. You're probably doing a lot of the work yourself, and now all of a sudden you have a whole crew. And when did it occur to you that basically this is leadership? For this place to work, I have to be a great leader.
Yeah, it's one thing what is very important. If you are a leader, you need to look at your ego. The ego is a big problem sometimes on growers. You know that the people always think that the grower is the most important guy in this world, and my philosophy is different. I believe that if you have a good genetic, you have good climate, and you have a good team, the grower is just a guy who bring everything together and try to make happen the best. So try to push the maximum out of the genetics, and also to be a good leader means to be fair to the people because they're doing a job, and you need also, when they're fucked up, you need to help them and to teach them right, to do not do the things again. So this is what is important to be a leader, so to be fair.
Yeah, the leadership is a big thing, and you talked about egos. And here in America, a lot of these growers have a tough time putting away their ego because they came out of a world where they're hyper independent. They didn't talk to a lot of people, and they think that their way is the best way. And a lot of folks aren't open to learning. They think that they know it all, and that makes it very tough. So there's kind of a clash of cultures here in America. We've got the traditional growers who are in the facilities, and we have the money guys, and they both have to respect each other. And part of the issue right now is a lot of times they don't have respect for each other. So this whole thing about ego, it's a big deal. How are the egos over there? Is it you're running into a similar situation with the egos and guys who grew in their basements and they think they know everything about the plant until
Yeah, some
they step into a big facility like yours and they think they're in a spaceship. They go, holy shit, it's a whole nother game.
Yeah, it's difficult because there's a lot of good guys, but when you come to the point when you need to work industrial, you need to change your mindset. And a lot of people, they think they know everything. But I come to this facility, I was thinking, oh, I don't need so much people, 3 people, I will do this alone.
Oh,
In the end, it was not the truth. The truth was I need a very good team around me to be able to do this what I want to do. And also
yeah.
you need to learn. You need to change a lot your mindset. I don't know, but I had hours learning, have calls with people, with facilities, with cultivators from other companies, try to find out what is the right thing to do. And also, this was a reason why I changed to advanced nutrients was because the service was good. The cultivator service was good. The people behind the project advanced nutrients was helping me a lot. So we had a lot of calls. When I have an issue, I was calling them. They was giving me advices what to do in terms of irrigation, because it's very difficult also to manage a facility like this size. It's a lot of plants. It's not like 3 plants like home. If I need to grow 3 plants, it's easy. So, but if you need to grow thousands of plants, everything need to be under control, and it's good to have a good team around. Also, cultivation advisors or whatever is there on the market. So.
Okay. What is the grow motion style of growing? So I want to get more in depth about what kind of lights you use, how many plants you put per square meter, all of this
Yeah.
stuff. Like take people inside your world for a bit so they can get an idea.
So I try to explain myself. So we are known for Cali quality. So our quality is very high. And a lot of people ask me, what do you do in your facility to get to this point that you have this kind of flowers? In the end, it's not so difficult. We just adapt the way to grow how the people in America grow. Like, we started to understand that you need to push the plants to the maximum. The strategy was to using crop steering to make generative stress on the plants. Also, when you go into the bulking stage, to go more vegetative, to have a good bulk, and also to rip the plants right, so to have a good taste in the end. And I learned a lot from good growers from the states. Also, yeah, there was some good underground growers. I was chatting with them, and they explained me a lot. And we we work just like most of the facilities who are doing craft in America. We have almost 9 plants per square meter. We use quite a high EC. The minimum EC what I use is 2.0. This is the minimum. And sometimes I also like to go to 2.7, 3.0. When I work with cocoa, I like to charge the blocks very well, like 3.0 to 4, just to have enough stuff inside. And when you understand how to manage the blocks, I like really to work with blocks. I don't like pots. I like really blocks, cocoa blocks, or even when I go to Rockwell, also blocks. I don't like so much slabs. I prefer to work with blocks, and I always use blocks, 1 gallon to max 2 gallon blocks with 2 drippers, and these allow me to make a great crop steering. And this is the point when you come to good quality. So if you know how to, yeah, to play with the plant a little bit, to observe the plant, how the plant is looking, if she's healthy or not. Also, the feeding is very important. And what I really like on advanced, this is why I also changed, is the additives. I like to combine the normal stuff like NPK, the basics, with additives on folia. So I really like to use folia, and you can use a lot of stuff from advanced nutrients folia. Um, this is the way.
Which products do you use for a foliar? And how do you use them and at what rate? Because a lot of listeners would love
Yeah,
to hear
it's
this.
a lot of products at advanced nutrients. That's
We have a
true.
huge tool
I
chest, but you don't have to use them all.
No, exactly. And I'm always honest to my community. I tell them what I'm using. I like to use for the folia, for the beginning, I like to use bud ignatia because there's kelp inside. It helps a lot also when you get the flip to give some energy to the plant. Of course, Big Bud is amazing. It's a nice PK product with amino acids and a lot of nice stuff inside. Of course, you need to know how to use it, but if you have the right SOPs, it's a really game changer. What I also like, especially when you work with cocoa, is the voodoo taps because you need a good life on the ground. I say with life on the ground, everything is good and the plant can perform. I like also to use Bud Factor X because implement a little bit stress, healthy stress on the plants without, yeah, the risk of getting harms. You know, um, one game changer what I learned to use was overdrive, especially when you see the plants are not bulking anymore. It gives a little bit like a small explosion again. You see, fuck, what is going on again? It starts again. So it's a good product for the last stage. And in the end, basically, I don't flush so much the plants. I try to flush 2 days with just with water. What I like to do is to lower the EC. So like from week 7, I start to decrease the EC until 108, and the last 2 days I go just with water, just to clean the rest. And I really I saw that is the best for the flowers because they have a nice taste. The when they you smoke them, it's soft, and the people who smoke my flowers they know that. So this is a strategy how I work. And my favorite product is Tasty Terps, to be honest, because this is the completely game changer. If you use Tasty Terps, and I really advise people if they have an irrigation system and are afraid to use that because of clogging the drippers, is to do it once manually, also a week, to give it just manually. Even if you have 1,000 plants, it's worth it to do that. So just to go plant by plant and give this additive, because this is the point when you have the difference between, I would say, McDonald's wheat and wheat with very good terps. When you add both worlds, like a mineral with organic stuff, when you mix both worlds, it comes to a nice product.
Yeah. I want to go back to Bud Igniter because you said it has kelp in it, and kelp is the magic, but this is special kelp. Most people aren't aware of this, but we standardized the kelp profile because they're full of phytohormones, and we standardize those phytohormones to lean one way or another way to help out with whatever part of the plant's growth that it's in. So it is kelp, but it's very expensive. By the way, it's expensive to make that because of the fact that it is standardized and you're getting the same phytohormones every single time.
I have a question, Mike. What is your favorite product? By the way, when we're speaking about favorite products.
Well, number one seller is Big Bud. I love Big Bud. It's a staple. Of course, our eighth generation, we're coming out with bigger buds, and that's going to be it obliterates the bigger buds. It's that much more powerful. But now Big Bud, and then the other one is Cultivator series. There's a lot of cool tech that we figured out with ratios and chelates. I got to tell you, there's chelates, and using the right chelates at the right time is where the magic is. And a lot of folks haven't figured that out. And so the product is straightforward. However, it's backed by 26 years of heavy research. So I love that product. It's a game changer for our company. So it would be those two products. It would be Cultivator series, and it would be Big Bud. And then if you talk about brand new products, it would be Voodoo Tabs. We knew that growers had huge problems with diseases. So he said, okay, how can we pack a punch for a great price point and protect those plants against literally 20 different types of diseases? And it also has a huge root mass expander in it as well. And so not only is it going to make the roots better and bigger, by the way, every university study that they've ever done, bigger roots, bigger fruits. That's how it goes. So you want bigger buds, you need bigger roots. Yeah. So
Yes, true.
that's it. So those Voodoo Tabs, Big Bud, Cultivator series, those are very, very proud of our R&D team coming up with those products. So we have a great R&D team.
And the point is, we choose the products what we believe are the right products, especially as a base for the cultivators at home. So this is why we start to do we grow together kit, because I believe that what we use in our facility will work also in a normal tent at home. And the nice thing is, because we are so connected to the community, I will always try to help them, so they try to teach them also to use the products. I think just to give a product to someone is one thing, but to show them how to work with the product, this is another thing. This is like also to be connected with something.
I like the name We Grow Together. And I want everybody listening here, if you're going into a European market, there's a big difference in how you market than what you do here in the United States. And I'll explain. In the United States, it's mostly about me, me. What's good for me? What we found when we go into Europe, it's more of a communal approach, and it's a we approach versus an I approach. So if any of you are listening and you want to market better in Europe, it's a communal. The EU is more communal than the United States is, and you got to talk about we and people as a group moving together. That's why you starting a movement over there is exactly. It just seems natural for the folks that are in the EU, because it's about we, not about I. And that's one thing I like with the collab too. You're bringing in a lot of growers and to find that super-pheno, and then not only that, but the winner gets a licensing deal with you. I mean, you couldn't be more fair and straightforward than that. There's a lot of shenanigans in our industry, and one of the things I liked about you is you don't play shenanigans. You're straightforward, and you want to help the growers. So we really appreciate you and Grow Motion and this collaboration together. Let's talk about what's in the kit. What are they going to get in that kit, the Cultivators kit?
So they will get basically the cultivators line. What is the basic? I would say this is the basic what you should use as really a base. And then, of course, you need to see what you want. If you want more quality, you need to put some additives. A lot of people say, I don't know this, I don't need this because this is just expensive. Of course, you can grow just with cultivators. I know a lot of people just use cultivators, but I believe adding, for example, the voodoo taps for better rooting, adding, for example, big bud for bigger buds, and using also stuff like bud igniture to implement faster the buds, and also to lower the stress, especially all the things what you do to the plant is basically stress. Even a big dryback is stress. So this helps a lot of. Exactly. This helps the plants, and this is why we choose carefully all the things together to have a good setup. And the setup is basically cultivators, big bud factor X, the voodoo taps for the roots, and what was more? Let me see. I think it was three products like the base, big bud factor X, and voodoo taps. Six products in the end, if you count cultivators as three products. Yeah, yeah, and it works.
It works great. It's the
Yeah.
best salts in the marketplace, bar none. But even that has a ceiling, and if you want to punch through that ceiling, you got to come in with additives or biostimulants. So,
Yeah, and this is come of course, if you have this base, we're talking about cultivators and these additives. Of course, you can go to the next level. This is what I want to say. Using tasty terps is, for example, overdrive. This is the next level. So if you want a little bit more, you can add this also. But this is like stairs. You build a base, then you go at the first additives, and then you can go on the last stage that is putting more and more stuff. But this is up to the people how much they want to spend, and also what kind of products in the end they want to have. So I believe the starter kit will be amazing for beginners also. People who want to start to work, we will teach them how to use it in our community, and we will also be always there if they have some questions.
okay. Uh, what about the actual marketplace in Europe? What countries, like who's who in the zoo, and what's going on in Europe? Where's the next big opportunity? Obviously, Germany is everyone's salivating over Germany. But after that, what do you see? Where's it all going? What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
the European market is growing very very fast. When you see Czech Republic, for example, when you see also Poland, who is growing also fast now. When you look at yeah, especially Switzerland is also very very interesting because the laws there will change now very fast. Next year, how I saw, it will be also allowed to grow tree plants. So Austria can be also very important for the next years, and especially France, what is a huge market, maybe will be also soon there. So I believe Europe is changing a lot in terms of cannabis. So Spain maybe also, but now at the moment I see the biggest market in Czech, and also I think Poland will be also very soon on the map. Yeah, I believe that they will, especially in the medical market, they already started, and also the other countries. So a lot of countries are moving in the right direction now, and Germany will be like, yeah, the first big country will be a leader, and then everyone around, I think they will move, and this is amazing to see the movement. What is going on now?
In Switzerland, do they tax the plant? Because in Germany, they treat it like a normal business. Do they treat it like a normal business in Switzerland? What's the difference between the two markets?
Yeah, the thing is with the taxes, I heard also what you told me now, that America is different. German is basically you pay taxes, but of course not that much than in America. In Switzerland, I really don't know, to be honest. I think you will have to pay something, but how high is the taxes? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know because our market is really Germany, export to Germany pharmacies, so I really don't know, but I will ask my partners because they are more in this topic. I am more the guy who's doing the product, and they are more the sales guys and what are dealing with the agencies and whatever.
What do European growers don't know that they should know about growing? Where do you see the gaps in knowledge?
Yeah, the main point is that a lot of growers still have this old school mindset, like going with low AC is always the best. And I don't believe that's always the best. I believe there are cases where it's good to work with low AC, like when you're doing RDVC systems or aeroponic systems, you should lower a lot the EC. But when you go to drain to waste systems, you need to go higher because you basically pushing runoff all the time, and you need always to replace the nutrients. And a lot of people don't understand that this is the way to work when you do industrial growth, because I know there's a lot of people who love to work with living soil, and I really like living soil. But on industrial scale, it's very, very difficult, especially when you go on the medical market, because you need to work very clean. And a lot of people ask me why you don't do living soil, and I say, hey guys, I love living soil, but to do this in this type of facility, what we have will be a nightmare. So full of bugs and whatever. So this is why I have a basic, very good system, what works. Or I work with Rockwool, or I work with cocoa blocks. And I think this is what the people are not understanding, that especially if you have a social club, you need to make numbers. You need also to make money, and there is a little bit lack of knowledge, but I see that there's changing a lot. And yeah, this is also a little bit my passion, to teach the people to understand this, that there's a way also to work industrial and to earn some good money.
Okay, so what are the habits of a good cultivator in a facility like yours? What are the habits that they're going to have to learn and understand and get good with?
The most important thing, especially when you work industrial, is to be very clean. Yeah, to understand that when you don't work clean, you always will have problems, special problems with bugs and a lot of microbiology problems. So this is the main thing what you need to learn first, to be very clean, and also to manage everything good, because when you have a lot of rooms, for example, you need to have good SOPs, to coordinate everything. You have some room you need to make defoliation, the other room you need to maybe to make topping or whatever, and you need to coordinate everything. And the most important thing is really to be very sharp in organization.
Hmm. So, Ben, what's your favorite strain and why?
You want to know my favorite strain? My favorite strain at the moment is Trico Jordan. This is also why I choose the strain. This is also the strain what I'm cultivating at Grow Motion at the moment. It's a very, very nice bud, or better, a nice plant, what grows good, what have a lot of trichomes. What I love, my how to say, the most important thing for me is that the flower looks good also. Not how much THC the flower has, how the plants look. They need to look nice. If some guy opened the bag and the flower is looking shit, I don't know. This is something what I don't want. I want that the people open up the bag and see, wow, fuck, this is fire. It smells nice. It looks nice. And Trico Jordan is a genetic who gives all the things. They have a nice THC value. It is amazing how it looks, and also it have a very strong taste. So it's nice. It's really a nice flower. So this is why I really like this flower, and this is one of my favorite flowers.
So, in Germany, what are they paying for cannabis at the wholesale level, retail level? What's going on there?
It depends a little bit who is selling, of course, and who is the client. Normally, I would say the wholesale price is between 2,000 and 3,000, something like that. When you go to the next step and go to the pharmacies, of course, it's from 6 to 12, 15 even. So it depends on the products. So this is
Wait a minute,
the
you said
price.
$6,000, $12,000 a kilo? Is that right?
When a pharmacy sells, yes, depends, of course. If it's a low quality, maybe you will be between 5, 6, something like that. If you have good quality, maybe it's between 8 to 10. And if you have have a brand or have a hype strain, I would call it, maybe until 15 euros. So it depends. What is very important for us, this is what was also always our mindset. We don't want to steal the people. So our mindset is to do a very good flower, amazing flower, but for a good pricing. So we want always to stay in the direction 10 euro, what is the normal street price, and not just because we are a brand to go too high with the prices. So this is our main goal, and we in the future we also want to do a low budget line, a little bit lower from the price, but also very, very high quality. This is our main goal. Also, when we put flowers on the market, they need always to have a good quality. Maybe will be a difference between the high quality and the lower quality flowers, but always a fair solution, a very good terps, very good looking flowers, and for a good price.
How do you get consistently high quality products that will get you top dollar?
Yeah, the most important is how we talked before, the right genetics, to choose the right genetics. We just choose genetics what fix in our system. Also, the right fertilizers. It's important. You can have a very good genetic, but if you don't know how to feed it, or you have bad nutrients, you don't reach your maximum from the potential from the flowers or from the genetics. And yeah, this is basically the most important: the genetics, the right fertilizers, and yeah, the right way how to cultivate this genetics, to have the right SOPs also for different cultivars. Every cultivar is different, and if you know the cultivars, and for that normally you need 2-3 runs. This is the problem on cannabis. When you have a new strain, normally you need a little bit time to understand how the plant works. Not every plant is the same. This is why we also prefer to work just with one strain in one room, because mixing genetics is always a big problem. When you start to mix genetics, you need to feed them normally different. Even sometimes they need a different climate. And you can imagine it's very difficult if you have 3 different strains in one room to give them all the perfect conditions, the perfect feeding. And yeah, this is the point when we say it's better to have one genetic in one room, because in the end you can make everything perfect for this genetic in the room.
Hey, let's talk about the partnership between Grow Motion and Advanced Nutrients, our amazing collab, and the Cultivators kit that's coming out. Like, let's tell the world about that, because it's not just a Cultivators kit. It is basically an education system that's also going to level up growers' ability to be better cultivators, and
Yeah,
also form the next generation, help the next generation of elite growers that are going to be coming into the EU scene.
we start a collaboration with you guys because I really like the products. Special, I like the powder line. To be a little bit honest, I started to work with the liquid line a few years ago when I was in the black market, and now today, that industry changed a lot, so the pricing need to be lower. So we started to work with the powder line with cultivators, and we saw also that the cultivators at home, like the home growers, they have big benefit looking at us what we are doing, and we try to find a possibility to show them how we work and to use the same products. And this is how we come to the idea to make a starter kit. The starter kit will the name will be the we grow together, a starter kit from Grow Motion, with all the ingredients what we use, like the cultivators line, Bud Factor X, Big Pot, Voodoo Juice tabs. And I think this is the basic what you need to have great success in cultivation, special if you want to have it easy. And this is why we developed this collaboration with you guys. So I'm really proud to have this collaboration. I don't know if you've done this before with some brands, but
No,
I don't think
this is
so.
the first time. You're it's all new territory, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Uh, this kit is also, there's a contest tied into this kit. We'll talk about that, because it's not just a grow kit. It's a it's a grow kit, and it's a contest, and it's an education platform. So how does it all work? Let us know.
Yeah, look, we have a big community here in Germany. We started 2 years ago to build a strong community, special on Instagram, Discord, and Twitch. Today, we have more than 4,000 people already in Discord. All people like us, like growers. And with the starter kit, our main idea was to make something what never someone done in Germany special. It was to find a super-pheno, and we develop a system like 100 growers will have this possibility to be in a contest, competition against each other. They will have a starter kit. This starter kit, what we are talking about, the how to say, the we grow together starter kit. and they will get 3 seats also. It will be a live show at the beginning with my Twitch show your grow format. So the people will come. I will see the gardens. I will choose 100 growers, and this 100 growers will be in this competition. The last 12 guys who will survive during the months, it will be a few months competition, will go to Germany, to Cologne, to a live show. So we will have a very nice location with 30 rooms with a lot of show, and we have also judges there. I hope you will come also to the final show.
There's a
I
very,
hope.
very, very strong possibility. We're doing more and more work in Germany every day, so there's probably better than a 99% chance I will be there.
So it will be a live show with judges like us, and the super-pheno what we find will be the next strain what we grow at Grow Motion.
Oh, that's very cool. So this is a super-pheno hunt, and everyone gets to participate in it. And what does the winner get if this pheno is picked and you decide to grow it in your facility? How's that all work?
Basically, the winner will get royalties from the selling of the cuts later, because the cut will be also like a breeder cut what we will sell.
Oh.
And also a lot of prizes. So the last 12 guys, they will get a lot of prizes from us, from our partners also. And yeah, basically it's a community hunt, and the winner will be at the pharmacy later with his cut. I think he's like combining the street guys with the pharmacy guys. So give them a chance also to be a part of this movement.
That's exciting. What do you think about the big venues versus the smaller venues, the more intimate grower, community competitions that are going on in Europe?
You mean in terms of wheat cups, or what
Yeah,
you mean
weed cups.
exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, hash cups,
I,
weed cups
I look. I was now at the last fair. I was at the Canna fair. I was also a judge in one cup.
in Hamburg. Was that
There's
Hamburg?
no in Düsseldorf.
Okay,
It's
Düsseldorf.
another. It's not Mary Jane. So they are popping a lot of new cups and special. There's two different type of cups. There's for extraction cups. There are also the last cup where I was, it was a cup more for really for home growers. There was fair. There was really just home flow flowers. Some people try to bring some flowers from the market, hide it like the own stuff, but it was not own stuff, so they take it out. And it was a very fair competition. I think this will be more and more fair competitions, different formats of cups. And yeah, maybe you should also to think about to make an advanced nutrients cup in Germany.
People have told us that for a while, and who knows? Maybe it'll become a reality. Uh, okay, so these smaller venues, like the one that you went to in Dusseldorf, how many people attended that? And was it mostly all cultivators, or was it patients?
No, it is cultivators. In Germany, really, there are a lot of cultivators that want to show the work what they do, and when you see the cups, they are getting bigger and bigger, and also more cups. So I think the next 2 years will be a very big movement in these terms. It will be more people doing challenges, and this is also why I want to do something like that. This is what we are planning now with you guys, is a community challenge. So
I love it, and
Grow Motion
I
search
love the
for the
way you put it
super-pheno.
together. Is a very unique contest, one that hasn't. I can't think of a contest like that being done ever before.
No, why? How better? It
Yep.
was not legal, so it was not allowed people to show the gardens. So I do every Monday and every Wednesday, yeah, except Monday and Wednesday, I do my show your grow format, and it's nice that people come join the Twitch channel and show the work what they're doing. And this is why it comes to the idea. I was sitting with Harjir, with my partner, and we was thinking, fuck, there's so many people who show they are proud to show their gardens. Why we don't make a challenge and give them something back? Like, let's make something from the community or join to the community together, make something nice together, and bring it to the pharmacy market. So one of these guys will be the lucky guy who can say, "Hey, my fucking pheno is in the pharmacy, and I'm a guy coming from the bottom, so like from the black market or whatever you call it, and now I'm famous for my strain is coming to the pharmacy." So I believe this is why the contest have something special. It's we bring people who have doing many years growing in the in the yeah in the darkness. We bring them to the light and we give them the platform to do that.
All right. So, uh, what are the long term goals for Grow Motion? What's your long term vision?
My long-term vision with Grow Motion is really to expand also in different countries, of course. Special also now our situation, we want to build more rooms. We have now two big rooms. I don't know, you was not here, but Isaiah was here, so he saw it. We have huge rooms. We have a big showroom where you can look into the facility. I think a lot of people know this footage from Instagram and whatever, this famous showroom looking into this fucking nice facility. And we want to build more rooms. This is one of our big goals, to build two rooms more. We still also search for some investors, I told you last time also. So, and of course expand in Europe, the different markets what are coming, especially in Europe. There is very interesting. If the French market opens the next years, we will be there for sure with our brand. UK also very interesting for the next months, especially the medical market. And it's a very interesting time for everyone, also for the people who are coming now from America to Europe, because they see a huge potential now, and there is a huge potential. And I'm really proud to be now in a collaboration with Advanced Nutrients, because I was really working in my past with you guys, and now it's incredible. Now I'm sitting with BigMike on the podcast. We are speaking about a nice collaboration for the next year. So it's amazing, really, really amazing.
So, how can well, you know what? We have these rapid fire questions. Why is Europe the next frontier for the elite cannabis cultivation?
Because I think the law is very good. How you told before, the taxes will be fair, so we will not get raped as a company. And also, there's so different types of how to say, constructs. Like you have the social clubs, you have the home growers, you have the big pharmacy facilities. So it's very interesting. This is why I believe that Europe will be the next hotspot for everyone who's coming from the world.
I agree. It is going to be, and especially Germany is going to be the hub of that growth for sure. All right. What's your top advice for serious growers?
My top advice is to use the right fertilizer and to use crop steering as a tool.
What's inside of the cultivator's kit, and why is it really a cheat code?
Inside the starter kit
Yeah.
is the cultivators basic line. There is a Bud Factor X, Big Bud, and Voodoo Taps.
Is there anything else? There's an SOP in there as well. And what else can the folks? It's actually, we call it a cheat code because people will learn how to use biostimulants and salts together to get an elite level of product. It's
The cheat code is always combine the basics with the additives. In this case, I really like the Voodoo Taps because they bring life to the ground and push all the other things in the plant. And also, I told you many times before, the Bud Factor X is very nice product because it helps the plant to to go more in a generative direction, but don't stress the plant so much, like drought stress is very crucial sometimes in terms of harms. When you use in Bud Factor X, you can even don't push so much the plants and will get almost the same results.
yeah, it's a great product. Yeah, uh, we have a new version of that coming out as well for the eighth generation. It's going to be a lot of fun. With that eighth generation will be launched last quarter of We're just getting registration finalized here in the U.S., and then we'll be over in Europe. But it'll be launched the last quarter here of the year, and then first quarter of in Europe.
What will be the date and when it will be available in Europe?
We will launch with SB1, and that's going to be November 1st. That's the first product that will go out, and then we'll subsequently roll out more products after that.
November 1st next year.
No, November 1st this year, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going. It's so. By the way, all the registrations have pretty much been approved. There's still a couple more products that got to be approved, and then we're ready to roll it out.
How long it takes to get you there to this SB version, the new version?
3 years.
To be
3 years. 3 years of research. In fact, the entire line took 3 years of research, and we're already working on our 9th generation. It'll be another 3 to 4 years before that 9th generation comes out, because the next level where we're going with the 9th generation is at the bleeding edge of plant technology. I mean, literally, it really is. You won't even. There's only one company in big ag that I saw that's just barely scratching the surface and broaching. I'm not going to say what it is, because it's a cool technology that's out there, and it's very, very specific when it hits a pathway what it's going to do, and it's not a hormone.
It's not a hormone.
Not at all.
This is a big question. A lot of things people think always
there's new technology out there that is not hormone based, but it opens up certain pathways and does things, and it's not even a hormone.
This is what I really like on advanced nutrients. There's a lot of research inside the products. A lot of people think, oh, it's just salts. No, it's not just salts. It's just a lot. It's a lot of research behind all the products.
That's essentially what you're paying for, is our R&D and technology that went into it, and then we don't cut any corners when we make products as well. We refuse to. And
yeah, and I really can say that's true what you're saying, because I'm using. I tested a lot of different fertilizers in my facility. The people who know me, they know what brands I was working with.
Sure.
And the reason why I chose Advanced is because the plants look amazing on that fertilizer, and also the combination between normal salts and the additives makes a big difference.
Huge difference. So if someone wants to get hold of Grow Motion, where do they go to find you, Ben?
Grow Motion you can find on different platforms. Our biggest platform is Instagram, Grow Motion Point Official, and also YouTube. We have Grow Motion Official, a lot of education videos. I hope also in the future some education videos with you guys together. So we're working a lot on education.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got really great traction on Twitch. You said you had 20,000 people on at one time. It's insanity. That's all the gaming community. So I'm curious about the gaming. I know the gamers smoke a lot of cannabis, but do you find any kind of specific cannabis that gamers like? Do they like mostly sativa, or do they want to get couch locked? And what's it all about? I want to get on Twitch. Well, maybe we should do that. You and I should get together on a live stream on Twitch.
100%, we should do that. And Twitch is very interesting because you heard about the problems with Instagram, that they banned a lot of people, and it's very difficult at the moment to communicate the nice plant cannabis with people, even to show pictures or whatever. So Twitch is a new not a new format, but it's a very interesting format because you can speak in open. You can even smoke in the front of the camera, what is in TikTok, for example, impossible. So it's a very, very nice thing, because I was doing before live on Instagram and it was very bad quality, and with a good setup you can really build up a very huge community also on Twitch and Discord. Also we have a big Discord, more than 4,000 people already. We started it's very funny how we started Discord. We had a small chat group at Instagram, and it was so big that it was too big, and there was not only allowed, I think, 150 people in this group. And we say, fuck, what we do now? More people want to join to this group. And then we had the idea, okay, let's go to Discord. And then we opened Discord, and it was crazy how fast it was growing. In the beginning, I invest a lot of time, to be honest. I was every day on Discord. I was uploading a lot of different SOPs, and also yeah, I was giving a lot of advices to people, and this is how this build up. Now it's more than 4,000 people, and it's growing every day more and more. And it's also a very good platform later, yeah, to teach people, to give them knowledge, and also to promote stuff. It's very, very interesting. So on Discord you can find us, on YouTube you can find us. It's always the same, Grow Motion Point Official. Myself you can find on Benjamin, not Benjamin, Ben Green, Ben Point Green Point Official. This is my personal account. And also yeah, we are also in LinkedIn. We are all, on all platforms, so yeah, you can find us.
I love this Discord. Like we got into Discord because so our site got taken down. We got it back, and so we started a Discord, and we're really glad we did because you're so open and free to be able to talk about whatever you want on Discord without getting shut
You
down.
have our own Discord also. What is your Discord?
It's just Advanced Nutrients on Discord. That's where you can find us. Advanced Nutrients on Discord.
So you have our own Discord, Advanced Nutrients.
Yes, we do. We saw how well you did, so we decided to jump into it. When if someone wants to join the contest with the Cultivators Kit, how do they get to the contest page so they can enter?
So basically, on Twitch we have a format. What I told you before, it's Show Your Grow. Every Monday and Wednesday we have this format. We will cast different growers. So every grower will have the possibility to show me the grow. I will evaluate if this guy is doing right and can be one of the people who will be in that at that challenge. And this is how we chose them. You go on the Grow Motion Twitch channel, what is Grow Motion Community, and then there we have live shows, live streams. We find that the 100 best growers, and these guys get the email and will get the invite to be on the next months on the live show at Twitch. And after that we go to the live show personal in Cologne. So this is the roadmap.
So if someone wants to join it, they have to go to your Twitch, and it's Grow Motion Official. Is that accurate?
Exactly. To be live on Twitch, you need to go to Discord before, and to go to a room, like a waiting room. There is an option to push you from the waiting room to the live, and then you are connected with me and Twitch. So basically you go to a waiting room. There you can be with a lot of people in the waiting room waiting until I decide you come to the live. Now I will push them to the live, and I will see the garden. If I see the garden have potential, I will say, guy, you will get the email and you will be one of the guys. And this is basically what you do. You go to Discord or the waiting room. We push them into the live on Twitch. All the people can see the grow, so not me, just so not just me. A lot of people, so everyone who is connected at that time. And later on, when we get to the final show, also the community will have one voice. So the community will be one voice for the judgment, and the people who are there at the judge, what will be the judges. So imagine we are there, we are judges, and the community have one voice. So if we decide this will be the winner, the community have also the possibility to decide together what is the winner for them.
Very good. I want to make one suggestion. So I used to go to still do go to mastermind groups, and some of our masterminds were really far advanced, and every year we'd bring in one person that was a total newbie, and because there's a lot of times growers forget some things, and it reminds you of the things that you want, but also it reminds us sometimes when you get really good at something, you forget about the basics because you're chasing the more advanced things. And so by having a newbie in there, we're able to remind ourselves of some of the basic things that we should be doing that we weren't doing. And so I would say by having a newbie in there, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be watching who are novice growers, and it'll be great to have one person in there that doesn't know anything, and or just starting out, and that will help a lot of that'll help the community get smarter and more educated. And they may actually think that they know something, some of these growers, and they'll find out, well, no, there's a better way of actually doing it. So it's your contest. I would just suggest we get one person in there to who's just doesn't have a great skill set, and everybody while they're watching can learn from this person as well.
100%. I agree with you.
All right.
This is true.
Very good. Very good. All right, Ben, it's been a lot of information. It's been a lot of fun talking to you today, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for your invite, and I hope that we have the next chat soon.
Yes, we will.